Today I'm going to be talking to you about a little game called Killing Floor Incursion. It's for the PSVR and the PC VR, and it's currently retailing for around $20. And so tonight we're gonna find out if this virtual reality shooter is worth your precious time and money. And VR has finally taken off. What started as a gimmick has now become a popular new mode of entertainment. And with the groundwork set, game developers have been dipping their toes into converting more conventional games into the VR space. Enter Tripwire, creator of the moderately successful zombie horde first-person shooter, Killing Floor. Now, I had the pleasure of playing Killing Floor 2, which is Incursion's non-VR big brother, when it was offered to PlayStation Plus subscribers as one of their free games of the month. Now, I really enjoyed the game. To me, it felt like a more arcadey Left 4 Dead, and it was unusually addictive and really fun to play, especially online. Unfortunately, once you played all of its levels multiple times, the game quickly became kind of stale, but I did clock in a solid 15 hours or so before I put the game down. So almost exactly a year after Killing Floor 2 debuted, Tripwire released Killing Floor Incursion, its VR successor, and it came loaded with some pretty substantial additions, most notably a fully fledged story mode, and the obvious addition of it being in VR. So, having some time to play through it on PSVR, I thought I would give you some thoughts. First off, let's get this out of the way. Killing zombies in VR is extraordinarily pleasurable. It's really fun. You can murder thousands of them, and you can be as cruel or sadistic as you want to be to them, without feeling any guilt that you would feel when you do that to normal people or real people. I mean, real virtual people. So yeah, you can slice, you can chop, you can bash, you can explode, and you're gonna do all these horrible, violent things, and you're not gonna feel like a monster, but actually a really good guy. So yeah, and already right now there's a handful of zombie shooters on PlayStation VR. You've already got Arizona Sunshine. You've got Resident Evil 7, but Killing Floor brings an interesting spin into the genre. So what it has is an arena-based horde mode with combos and stuff, so you get to enjoy your zombie killing, and you also get the added fun of like an arcade leaderboard. Okay, so mainly there is a fairly meaty single-player campaign, which will take you to many different locations that I very much enjoyed. Granted, it's not extraordinarily long. I mean, it probably tops around 3 to 5 hours, but a VR horror single player game that lets me dual wield pistols, I'm in. So, you can dual wield anything in this game as well. You can dual wield knives, you can dual wield, axes, you can dual wield shotguns, you can even dual wield sniper rifles. But it's not really that efficient, and it doesn't work that good. So no, I wouldn't dual wield sniper rifles. So initially, I was surprised by how frightened I was from the first level of the single player. It's because how scary VR horror is. It does tend to take you off guard. Usually does at the beginning. It's just always surprising on how scary it is. But what really got to me was the atmosphere and the sound design. And in the early moments of the game, I was scared to look around every corner. But once you get good at killing the zombies, or Zeds as they call them in the Killing Floor extended universe, any idea that this is a horror game is tossed out the window in exchange for, good old-fashioned adrenaline pounding, head popping, shoot 'em up, zombie killing. And so the story itself has your character going through what else but virtual reality. It's a virtual reality training simulation. and the program you're using goes haywire and it starts sending waves of killer zombies at you. And so yeah, for the most part, that's a pretty functional through line to the game. It doesn't take itself too seriously, which is pretty amusing. And yes, it's definitely not as scary as Resident Evil 7, but one advantage it does have over Resident Evil 7 is its use of the PlayStation Move controllers. Now, I'm not talking about the default controls, which have you teleporting for movement. I have no idea how anyone could possibly tolerate that. But rather, if you mess around with the controls in the options menu a little bit, you can opt to control your forward and backward movement with your left arm, with the left move controller. If you tilt it forward, you move forward, and if you tilt it back, you move back. And this is a great workaround to movement. It really does blow the default teleportation out of the water. I mean, I actually still did use the teleportation on occasion because even when you do the move controls, you can still teleport. So I used it kind of like actually a superpower where I would be like moving with one hand and I would teleport across like, 10 feet across the ways if I was running towards a horde of zombies or something. But yeah, but being able to control your movement directly, with your arm allows you to do other things, such as strafing while you're shooting zombies. You can back up while you're shooting zombies, or you can be running and then look behind your shoulder and shoot the zombies behind your shoulder, which I love doing. So yeah, it's much better than, teleporting to a spot and just like staying completely still, like, I got it, shaking in your boots until the zombies come, eat your precious organs. And, you got to just teleport somewhere else. So, there's that. Now, a handy VR tip I'd like to share with you is that if you are turning in VR, you can turn off that snap turn, if you press a button, you'll turn slightly, 25-degree angle or whatever, but it'll snap. You can make it smooth with the controls, but it is extraordinarily jarring to your eyes when you do it. So a good little trick you can do is as you turn your head towards the direction you want and then press the button and your body will kind of recalibrate. So that's a little handy trick for you there. Hey, handy trick, only on Bloodhound Town. So yeah, anyway, besides the single player, Killing Floor Incursion offers an extensive horde mode called Holdout. And you can easily let hours melt away fighting wave after wave and wave of Zed. This also includes very arcadey power-ups and score multipliers and combos. This mode is very dangerously, and I repeat, dangerously addicting. I literally played one match for an entire hour, all right, killing like an insane amount of zombies, after which my retinas were like bleeding. Each match follows like a predictable pattern. You'll start off by killing like a small but increasing size of weak zombies, and gradually they'll like intersperse some more difficult zombies here and there, and eventually the horde is just unmanageable, and you're just going to be running around in circles, picking them off whenever you can. But it's a pretty good gameplay loop. It's fun for me. I enjoyed it. Played one match for an hour. Also there are some online co-op options for the game too. Unfortunately, this game isn't really Fortnite. It's not really the most popular game in the world, so there's not a whole lot of people playing. I did happen to play one game with one person. It was like a little bit of the single player. I had a great time. It was very fun. I noticed that the player I was playing with was just teleporting around while I was like running circles around him with the controls, and I wish I could have just told him how to change them, but not a big deal. Enough. Let's finish up. Enough about the logistics of the game. I want to talk about the important stuff. Graphics. So honestly, yeah, they're not too bad. Not bad at all, actually. It came out in 2017. The gore is great, and there's always the 3D effect from the VR is always great, always incredible, and the lighting is pretty solid. What I really enjoyed is how the flashlight really felt like a flashlight. If the light wasn't on, all the corners and it was dark out or nighttime, you really can't see where the flashlight is not pointing. So it really feels dark, especially in VR. It's a cool sensation. But you know, a couple of things on the negative side, like the animations are a little simple for each Zed, meaning they kind of just shamble to you in a very predictable fashion, and which is unfortunate because, like, if you can imagine each of these zombies having their own dynamic animation and they're all writhing and swarming towards you. It could look really cool, but we're not there yet. But yeah, you get what you get. All right, so to finish up. One thing that's crazy about this game are the negative critical scores I'm seeing online for it. I believe it's really caused this game to go under the radar. People don't try it out, even though they will most likely enjoy it. And that's because it's averaging about a 68% on Metacritic. That's a D+, folks. That's not anywhere near what this game is. There isn't even a damn Wikipedia entry for it. Believe that? No Wikipedia entry for it. Now, don't get me wrong, this is by no means the greatest game ever created, nor is it the best VR game ever created for that matter, but you know what it is? It's a really fun game that you can get for a bargain at under $20 or around $20, you know, so there's not a whole lot of PSVR games right now where you can go zombie hunting and dual-wield pistols, so I say give it a shot. It's really fun. I'm giving Killing Floor Incursion a B-. Yeah! Yeah!